Hey everybody, I'm back and I'm doing another collaboration, and this time I'm doing that with Jadiz. She's from Paris, France, and she asked me if I wanted to collab with her a little while ago, and well, you guys already know the answer, otherwise I wouldn't be here, right? So I said yes. So like with all my collaborations, this collab had a theme as well. So we decided to do a makeup look with each other's favorite colors. But the funny thing is, we both have the same favorite color. Well, I have more, but when I really think about it, like what I'm wearing right now is my favorite color ever. So pink, fuchsia, purple, you know, that spectrum of colors, pink, fuchsia, you get the idea. And apparently it's her favorite color as well. I kept the cheeks to a minimum because otherwise it's gonna be all over the place, because red hair, blue shirt, I mean, it's typical Namaisa. If you follow me for the past almost 5 years, then you know that's typical Namaisa. So of course, as always, I highly suggest you check out her channel and her video to see what she came up with for my favorite color, which I guess you guys already know by now. I believe most of her videos are in French, but I've seen some of her tutorials, and she just adds what products she uses in English. She understands English, so if you have questions, you can always, you know, just comment in English, what have you. You know, I personally think that makeup is a universal language. You know, you can watch everybody's tutorials and just really focus on what they are doing, and you don't even need to speak their language. But that's my opinion, so of course, again, check her out, show her lots of love. But if you want to know how I did my look, then you know what you gotta do. So of course, I started out with my Urban Decay Original Primer Potion, and I applied that all over my lid, in my crease, on my brow bone, and underneath my lower lash line. Then next I'm going to use my Studio Fix Face Powder in NC45, and I will be applying that with a taper blending brush by Royal Langnickel. I'm applying that in my crease, and then I'm softly blending it up towards my brow bone. And you guys already know the deal, it's to help me blend out my other eyeshadows. So the first eyeshadow I'm going to use is by Sugarpill, and this one is called Dollipop. I will be applying that with a taper blending brush by Sugarpill. So I'm just applying that in my crease using windshield wiper motions to blend everything. But I'm really gonna pack on this color, and I'm gonna blend it up pretty high. Actually, as you can see, all the way towards my brow bone, at least in the center part of my crease, if you get what I mean. And then I'm going to use Enigma eyeshadow by M.A.C, and I will be applying that with a 217 blending brush by M.A.C. I'm first gonna apply it on the inner part of my eye, and then I'm gonna apply it on the outer part of my eye. Of course, using windshield wiper motions to blend the eyeshadow. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna connect it in the center part of my crease, but I'm gonna leave the center of my lid open. Next up, I'm going to use the eyeshadow right over there. It's called Jilted, and it's by Urban Decay. You can find it in the Urban Decay Electric Palette. And with a M.A.C 239 brush, I'm going to apply that all over the center part of my lid, you know, the spot that I left open. And of course, I'm packing on the color using stippling motions. Now I'm gonna apply that same eyeshadow with the same brush, only this time I'm using the tip of the brush, so to say, to apply it right underneath my lower lash line. And before I forget, I also used Melt Cosmetics Enigma eyeshadow again, only this time I applied it with a pencil brush by Inglot, and I'm connecting it to Jilted eyeshadow under my lower lash line. Next up, I'm going to use a Pigment by Sugarpill Cosmetics, and this one is called Magentric. And I will be applying that with a concealer brush, so to say, by Morphe. And I dipped that brush in a little bit of water and then mixed it with some of that pigment to make the pigment even more vibrant. Now I'm applying that on the center part of my lid, mixing it together with Jilted eyeshadow I applied before, just to make the look more vibrant, you know, like really a pop of color. Then next up, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Puro Amor Autograph Pencil, and I'm just gonna line my lower waterline with it. Then for my tear duct area, I'm going to apply a pigment by DiamondFX. This one is called Coral. And I'm just taking a eyeshadow brush by Morphe, and I'm softly applying that again on my tear duct area, just to make my eyes pop even more. And then now I'm going to use the Lilly Lashes 3D Mink False Lashes in the style Miami. So I'm going to apply those first. And once I've applied those, I'm going to use the LashXo Vibe Style Lashes. And I'm applying those on top, so I'm stacking the lashes. Yeah, I thought why not show a little bit of the process on camera this time. Just so you know, I do have a separate video listed below in the information box on how I apply my false lashes. But now I'm going to move on with the rest of my face. So I already applied my PHB Balancing Moisturizer. This is perfect for oily skin. So I applied that all over my face except for my eyes and brows and let that sit for about 5 minutes. And then I applied my Bobbi Brown Skin Smoothening Pore Perfector only on my apples of my cheeks, so to say, and the bridge of my nose. It's gonna give the illusion of minimized pores, or the appearance of minimized pores. So now first I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick in the shade Golden, and I'm going to apply that mostly on the center of my face. This foundation has a more yellow/olive undertone, and therefore I'm applying that on the center of my face. And the foundation I'm going to use next, which is actually the Kryolan TV Paint Stick in the shade Lin, so Lin. And I'm going to apply that on the perimeter of my face. And that foundation has a more reddish undertone. By combining these two different undertones, I get a more accurate match to the rest of my body. It's that simple. So now I'm going to blend everything together with a beauty blender. You know, just blend everything out. You get the deal. You know how it goes. A damp beauty blender, that is, because a dry beauty blender, no, that's not gonna work for me. Okay, so that is it for the foundation part, but I like to highlight, so I'm going to use another Kryolan TV paint stick, and this shade is called G165. I'm going to apply that with my ring finger right underneath my eyes, on my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. And then once I've done that, I'm going to take another damp beauty blender and blend everything out, or blend it together. I never know how I can explain that. I just, brain fart. Anyway, just blend that stuff. Blend it out. Make it look neat, seamless. That's better. And then to set everything, I'm first going to use the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the shade Banana. As always, this shade works best for me. And I'm going to apply that on the center of my face with a small powder puff, you know, just like I did with my foundation basically. And then once I've done that, so apply that on the center of my face. And then I'm going to use the Essence All About Matte Transparent Setting Powder, and with a large powder puff, I'm going to apply that to the rest of my face, so the perimeter of my face. I just like this combination, it works for me. So then I let this set for about 5 minutes, and then I brush it all off with a large powder brush. And then to warm up my skin tone, so to say, I'm going to use my trusty M.A.C Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Deep Dark, and I'm applying that on the perimeter of my face with a Morphe powder brush. What I also like about this powder, or these powders by M.A.C, is that they give kind of a healthy glow to the skin. It's not sparkly or really that shimmery, it just, like I said, it gives kind of a healthy glow to your skin. So that's also why I like to use this powder. Now for contouring, I'm going to use the Freedom Makeup London Pro Contour Kit in the shade Medium 02, and I'm just gonna apply my contour. And I'm using a M.A.C 129 powder brush. And again, just around the perimeter of my face, just to give my face a little bit more definition. Also disguising that double chin of mine, you know, keeping it real. I'm a chubby princess, but I want to be a fabulous one at the same time. So get that contour on fleek. Now next, I'm going to use the Morphe 9C Contour and Highlight Kit, and I'm using that shade right there. And I'm applying that right underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, and on my chin and forehead area. And I'm using a M.A.C 138 powder brush. And for my blush, I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade called Alpine Bronze. And I'm applying that to the apples of my cheeks with a powder brush by Morphe. This is such a subtle blush on me. I already love the Mineralized blushes by MAC, but this is like a hint of color on my skin tone. Then for my second highlight, I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Radiant Light. And I'm applying that with a MAC 129 powder brush right underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, and on the tip of my nose to give myself a glow from within, so to say. Okay, and so a big shout out to BuzzFeed for featuring me with this product on their website. How awesome is that, you guys? And so for the last part, I'm going to use a Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick, and this shade is called Abused, and I'm applying that directly onto my lips, you know how it goes. And to talk about more awesomeness, he featured me on his Instagram page. I'm a happy camper. So once I've applied my lipstick, I'm actually finally done. So that was it for the tutorial. I had lots of fun. It has been a little while since I've done a full face tutorial, as in where I also show my foundation and whatnot. So I'm probably gonna get some questions about this. I've had this wig for, I want to say 3 years, but I'm not sure. The only thing I changed about it is the length. I just cut it, so the link you see below in the information box is actually this wig, but I cut it. So if you want to follow me on my social media pages, then just type in MakeupByNamaisa on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Give Jadiz, I hope I'm saying that right, lots of love, and until my next video. Bye!